Michael Jordan was incredible. He was such a good spokesperson for the brand. And the sneakers, we were aware of them. I didn't know how big of a deal it was.
Manny Flex.
Around 1892, the U.S. Rubber Company came up with a more comfortable rubber shoe with canvas tops. These were called Keds. By 1917, these sneakers began to be mass-produced. Although sneakers did not originate in cities, they have without a doubt flourished in urban communities, predominantly minority communities that focus on hip-hop culture.
Michael Jordan commercial that you showed me, this was before social media, right? And so all of that sneaker culture was isolated. I had no overlap or no connection, so I didn't know about sneakers myself, and I never felt compelled to follow them or anything. Now with social media, you have sneaker culture rising from the streets up, and so it's super popular with, across mainstream culture too. It leads fashion trends. And so you have these influencers that are making a huge difference as far as the brand community, and consumers' relationships with it.
I'm going to college upstate, so I've been reselling for years.
What's up, y'all? This your boy Huncho, you know what I'm saying? We in Origins, NYC, where we buy, sell, and trade kicks, you know what I'm saying? New or old, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? We buy clothes, designer clothes. We the first store in New York City that buys designer clothes. Everything's below retail, so just come through, you know what I'm saying? Shop around.
Sneaker bartering has existed since the beginning of time, but we've seen many transitions in the barter system regarding sneakers with the implementation of technology as well as mainstream culture. Stores as well as websites allow people to buy, sell, and trade their own sneakers despite being used or brand new.
What was interesting about Michael Jordan is he was so authentic and, likable. He was authentic. He was likable. He had all of the qualities that you would want for a brand spokesman. So he did transcend markets, but now we have social media that cuts across everything as well. So there's even more of that. I watched the Kanye West sneakers dump too. It's like as he goes in and out of popularity, the price skyrockets or it falls. It's like stocks almost. What you've got going on is you've got transient popularity of a spokesperson. You've got the rapid distribution of these things with the internet. And then you've got you guys, the millennials and the next generation. Authenticity is so important to you. And so, and then you have that cool aspect, right? That is difficult to bottle, and it moves. It's a moving target. So it's an interesting conundrum for brands to choose their spokesperson, because what's cool and what's not, what makes the sneakers cool or not, hot or not, changes. Yes, it changes rapidly.
We just, smoke KK, share it all. Chicken sandwich, motherfucking KK. That's what you call a filet of KK. Ooh.
Moving, we've been moving for some time. Gang! Ah, it's my fucking birthday, bitch!
Travis Scott is a hip-hop entertainer who promotes ideas of drug consumption, partying, as well as alcohol abuse. He is now a prominent member of the Jordan brand team and has several signature sneakers.
Junior, go there.
So brand spokesman, it's difficult in this age of social media and influencers and doing celebrities instead of athletes, etc. One thing about brand identity is that in this age of social media, companies don't have control over this anymore. This is not company to consumer, business to consumer, where the businesses are saying one thing and all the consumers hear it and they respond only to that. This is many consumers to each other. You've got this culture, right? The brand community we were talking about. And they're all talking to each other and they're sharing stories, they're sharing their opinions. And so your brand identity is whatever your consumers think it is. And so they're getting that brand identity not only from the messaging that the company's putting out, like that Michael Jordan commercial. That was it. You know, it's like Air Jordan's, that commercial, and then Michael Jordan's public persona. That was the messaging. Now, for any of these sneakers, you've got the whole community talking to each other about the spokesman and what's hot and what's not cool anymore. So companies they've lost control. They have to just keep very close track of what the community is saying about their particular spokesman.
Manny Flex.
The internet and technology has transcended sneaker culture to a lifestyle rather than just being a hobby. Going to a store to buy sneakers now is more of an experience rather than just a chore or just a daily errand. Furthermore, technology has helped evolve the sneaker culture into a way for young teenagers to make money and become entrepreneurs within themselves.
What's so interesting is that the concepts that we talk about in consumer behavior and in services marketing, because of course sneakerheads are providing a service, right? They aren't making the shoes, they're getting the shoes and they're redistributing them. So all of these concepts from these two classes are things that the sneakerheads have been using as they become successful without having the language or the vocabulary, you know. So it's like credence values, those things that are, you have to make sure that your customers trust you. It's like they've been building up trust as they get the shoes and then sell them. The scarcity aspect, the figuring out what customers want, which sneakers to hold on to. And so I think that's just fascinating. They're entrepreneurs. They're extremely good business people. They have networks. They're growing their networks all of the time. And so the ones that have come into my class, watching them take their innate knowledge of entrepreneurship and successful services business concepts and successful consumer behavior and translate that to a formal business language and then go and move on to other things. That is wildly exciting.